Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. How are you guys doing today? How's life? I have been doing some maintenance around the base and I thought maybe I should bring you in. I did remember that I have 5 miners in the nether and I have to bring them back home. I have already done 4 of them. This is the 5th one. And we got tons of garbage. Perfect. And I think we also have 3 miners over here. I was looking for redstone, which we did have a decent amount. Nice. We also got basaltic mineral sand, which is iron, as well as cassiterite, which is tin. I was short on tin. Oh, I'm full? Also, we do have a warp effect, so we have to get back home really fast. There's going to be lightning on my head. Is it? No? Oh yes, it is. It is. We go home. Yes, safety. Very good, very good. We are filthy rich one more time, and we have plenty of resources, literally everywhere. Recycling is a very important part of our lives, so we are going to recycle our old machines, so that we can make better machines which are going to cause much more pollution inside the arc furnace. You know, I have reassembled some of our old machines so that we can process items, including chloroform, which is over here. Because now that we have fluorine, I can make a little bit of go to hell. It's not going to be a little bit, but you know, that is fast. I love this. I also have a feeling that we need to have a drawer over here. We have almost 4,000 cells, and that is kind of too much. We put them inside the drawer. And these are empty cells. We get some oxygen, we process endstone in order to get tungsten, hopefully, and we might as well process the tin. Just a bit, we don't need that much. A bit of stainless steel and aluminium. That is the effect of warp. This is called a mess. Some oxygen for polyethylene, gas tiers for chlorine. I do have a temporary garbage setup for it, we just fill it in with gas tiers. That's it. We should also make a few changes at our blast furnace area because this blast furnace is not actually hooked up to the output chest. And whenever I want to process titanium, there is always a chance that it's going to void stuff, and we don't want it to do that. Very good, it should go inside the chest. Perfect. That was 8 stacks of carbon and 8 stacks of ilmenite, or whatever it is called. And as you guys remember, that is actually going to give us rutile, which is essentially titanium. Oh, we already got titanium. How fast are you? 10 seconds. Nice. We also need to pay a very small visit to our friendly moon. Very friendly, I know. I have set up the miners on the moon and I have found the dungeon. I am going to mark it on the map because if they have not changed anything, the coordinates should be the same for all planets. And there's also ores. Nice. Blindness. Oh, come on. There is no point of breaking the spawners, it will take hours. We take it. Nothing of significance. You are fast. Incredibly fast. This should be the boss room, right? Yes, hello. Oh, you lift me up. Okay. I do have regen, so it's not going to be that bad. As long as he does not throw me in lava. Yeah, like that one. I think he's dead. Yes, perfect. Thank you for the key. We should have our schematics. Hopefully. Yes, the loot is garbage. Oh, that's nice. Actually, if you explode, I'll be happy. Yeah, we also have a quest in order to gather the bricks. Honestly, I never knew you can harvest them. Shut up. We are done. We go home. Oh, it's daytime. We have a decent amount of energetic alloy and vibrant alloy to prepare. They all go in, and I already forgot the circuit number, 11. And those guys require hydrogen, so that should be enough. Oh, I have to take these out. Uh-oh. From our trip to the moon, we got 2 stacks and 8 meteoric iron dust. That requires circuit number 1 and goes inside the blast furnace. Another very wise decision to do in this mod pack is that if you want to craft something, craft at least 1 stack. And one of the items that you need to make stacks and stacks and stacks of is motors, for each and every age. This is an electric motor from the EV age, and we're going to have 1 stack. No? Oh, we need more annealed copper. Okay, that was the problem. But just for the moment, here is half a stack, and obviously after a bunch of crafting, here is another half a stack. So that is 1 stack. Whenever we are extracting titanium from rutile, we're consuming a stupid amount of chlorine. And as a byproduct, we are getting magnesium chloride dust in the blast furnace. If we recycle that, we are getting 75% of our chlorine back. And so far we have 350 of them. So let us recycle it. That should go inside a chemical reactor with sodium. It's very slow. So you eject it to the right, and you put it in a cell. And obviously we need a conveyor to extract the garbage out. And by garbage I mean magnesium. And don't you worry, we have 115 stacks of sodium. There are some circuit parts from Project Red which are used in making redstone stuff, and also lamps. I have made them before, but I think it's time to make them in bulk. In a normal mod pack this is not an issue because you just smelt stone and you get circuit plate. In this mod pack you need stone plates and etched low voltage wiring, which is kind of a stupid recipe, but okay. So you bend stainless steel in like half a second. For red alloy plate it takes that long? I don't know. Do you have a ruby lens? No. Do I have a ruby lens? Yes. Of course you don't have anything. You're Greg, I'm Lash. I have stuff. Instead of using that laser engraver which we are using it for circuits, maybe we should have another one. I can put it here. You took a chest and you're giving me a chest? Is it because of the circuit? Probably. So what the heck was this? It even stacks. Yeah, I would say this is much better and slightly faster. So the circuit plates are getting prepared and now we need to infuse them with redstone, with circuit number 1. A very fancy recipe because normally when you want to do this you just do it in a crafting table, but this is GregTech, so we have to do it inside an assembling machine, with molten redstone. Well, I'm assuming at least the next step is not going to be that bad, it's just with a redstone torch. However, in the meantime I noticed we have 5000 carbon. And that is a little bit too much, so what we're going to do is that we're going to start processing them into carbon plates. Well, not the plates, the fiber. It's inside an autoclave with polyethylene. This is a tank for polyethylene, and we should get it? No. Then how would you put polyethylene inside an autoclave? Do you need the carbon? Nope. Do I have to ask you to push? Oh, you're just garbage. So let us try a better tank. Oh yeah, with the low voltage one it works. And I'm assuming later on the carbon is going to be useful in order to make nano CPU wafers. What does it do? I have no idea. Quantum Eye. Radon. The color is nice, but go to hell. Never leave your home in the middle of the night for food. It's a stupid idea. I also just came here to get some meteoric iron ingots. The reason that we needed meteoric iron is that in order to make the tier 2 rocket, we need the compressed plate. Cause you know Galacticraft, it just wants you to go to different planets so that you can make a better rocket. And the tier 2 rocket should be able to take us to Mars. And I'm assuming since all the roads lead to Mars, it's better to start working on the tier 2 rocket. It's not as easy as you would think because yes, making rockets is extremely expensive, but look at the recipe for heavy duty plate Mark II. Not the vanilla recipe, which is hard on its own, the recipe that we have to work with. We are going to need heavy duty alloy ingot tier 2. And guess what it needs? Molten tungsten, half an ingot. And I'm going to ignore the fact that we need an EV assembler. So here is the plan. We need to start upgrading our vacuum freezers so that we can get tungsten steel. It's a teeny tiny bit of crafting. This was a crazy amount of crafting just to be able to get tungsten. And yes, I was caught a little bit off guard, otherwise I would have been prepared. But basically what we need to do is that we need to start upgrading our vacuum freezers so that we can process tungsten. Meaning that all the combustion generators have to go, all the cables have to go, the MV energy hatches have to go, and I kind of forgot to bring the HV energy hatches. Yes, there you go. Technically we only needed 2, but we have 2 vacuum freezers, so I had to make 4, and well, I had a little bit extra, so I made 14. And this is why it took very long because, well, it's a crazy amount of resources. Besides, when we get a huge supply of tungsten, I need to start working on a central power system. This is why I want to upgrade everything to HV. I mean the hatches, otherwise they're working at EV because we are overclocking them. But obviously you guys already know that, so you get the point. And if I have not done anything wrong, we should be fine. Which one of you is tungsten? You. If I put you inside, hit you with a mallet, you will work. Uh-oh. You just lost something. Why? You're not getting any fuel. Yeah, the problem is that I have switched to set unboosted diesels, but the old generators only had diesel. So they're not going to do that good. How do we get rid of it? You know, everything that you see over here is just being powered by one tank over there, including the mob farm, except these guys. These guys had a separate tank. I will fix it later on, but for the moment I'm just powering them using set on boosted diesel and we should be good. Yes, very good. I just lost 1 tungsten steel, so it's not amazing. But it's also not that terrible, we should get something. These are titanium. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our first tungsten steel. You know what? We just lost 10% of our entire inventory of tungsten. That felt really sad. Let us process a little bit more. I did process some endstone. We need 3 in order to finish a quest. Hopefully. Yes, tiny bit of tungsten. We have access to enough tungsten steel and we should be able to start working on the tier 2 rocket. But before doing that, I discovered something very important. Well, technically I did not discover it, but I just remembered. The thing is, I was trying to make some circuits in order to make the computer for the rocket, and then I ran into a problem. I was low on copper. I grew a habit of checking what kind of byproducts we are going to get from different types of ores because I was processing chalcopyrite. I noticed something. If you wash it, if you centrifuge it or pulverize it, it is going to give you cobalt dust as a byproduct, but we are not actually interested in cobalt, we're interested in this. Tiny pile of platinum group sludge dust. Yes, we need to use 1 bucket of nitric acid for every ore in order to get 1 tiny pile, but once you combine them, here is where everything gets interesting. Of course, we are going to get silicon dioxide, which is garbage. Gold, I'm not very interested in. Platinum is not that bad, but we will also get palladium, iridium, and something called rarest metal residue, which I think later on is going to give us osmium. But now that I'm processing copper, I think it's also a good time to start working on these guys, because eventually down the line we might need 1 iridium plate and it's a pain if we don't have it. Cause you know, I started processing platinum a little bit early and it was very useful. These guys could also be useful. And the reason that I said I remembered this is that yes, there is a quest for it in the HVH, and we didn't have enough nitric acid. Now that we have, I can do this. I'm not going to take the nitric acid from our setup over there, which is going to be used for making ceton boosted diesel. We're going to use this one. We should have a little bit, yeah. Almost 500 buckets. And since you are empty and you have tanks on both sides, we will use you. Again, we have a problem. I'm disoriented. It's a terrible mod and I really don't like it. Oh, come on. I'm guessing the bottleneck is going to be nitric acid, but it's okay. And this blue water solution thingy should give us copper and sulfuric acid. It's not that bad. Okay. Oh, you can't put it inside the cell. Why? My dearest GregTech, you can be a jerk, but it's fine. I shall have a dedicated electrolyzer. Go to hell. And there you go. Here is my copper and sulfuric acid. And oxygen apparently. Again, I hate oxygen. I really do. So are you in a normal centrifuge or something complicated? No, it's LV. You know, we did all of this and we are going to go to Mars. I never checked if there is an iridium ore and we will go on Mars and we will find like a few billion of them. Oh no, that's good. The first one is going to be tier 5 rocket. So we're good. You know, this is taking a very long time because the buffer over here is full, because the tank is full, because this guy is incredibly slow. And the problem is this guy is actually the fastest guy that we have. So what I'm going to do is that we're going to lose 1 stack of copper. How did you get in? Oh, that's a wrench. I left the door open. Again. But in any case, we are going to replace that tank with a super tank. Now you should be faster, hopefully. Also, we should check for creepers, just in case. Nah, I think we're good. I also really want to get the quest, so what we need to do is to make sure that we get the tiny piles. That means I have to disable our compactors, and then centrifuge it. Good. So the quest tells you to get 14, and with 14 you will never get enough. Okay, we need only 3 more pieces, and then the quest should be complete. Yes, perfect. I was literally just waiting to connect this guy. We have also finished some other quests, so we take loot bags as much as possible. We also get some EV ones from Tungsten. Oh, and obviously the assembling machine. You give me titanium. Who cares? We get the loot bag. Sword of the Cosmos. Well, Aegon is nice. Sword of the Cosmos? No. World Breaker. Industrial TNT. That's not bad. Motors? Wood screw. Screw you! And that's it. I have a feeling that Sword of the Cosmos is not going to be in the loot bags. I'm just saying. Also, you are just garbage. Go away. Just bear with me, there is one more thing before the rocket because that has also been one of my discoveries. Where's the gold? So there is a machine called electromagnetic separator. And I'm assuming it's HV? Yes. You know, just in case. Again, I was checking the byproducts and it seems that if you put the bastonite ore inside, it is going to give us a lot of goodies. But there's a chance. Yes, you see, we are getting neodymium. And if you guys remember, we need that in order to make the electric motors from the EVH. I don't really remember how we got the original ones, but the other substitute is going to be rare earth, which I don't really know what it does. So this is going to be better because at least I have one use for it. Anyways, let us make the rocket. And it goes without saying if we don't hit a wall. Whenever you're crafting anything important in this mod pack, you're going to hit a wall. And we have hit a wall. Do you know where? Rocket Control Computer, Tier 2. You might notice it needs a clean room. The Tier 1 was not a problem because you just take an assembler which has to be HV and put it inside the clean room and voila, you will have your computer. Tier 2, however, is a little bit different because now it's an EV recipe. And you might notice we don't have enough space. So we kind of need to make a little bit of space. But do not be worried, I was actually planning to expand our clean room, apparently we have to do it earlier. Also, I'm not exactly sure if this is going to work, but we are going to try and put a transformer inside the clean room and see if it works. There is an option from GregTech if you want multiple amps inside the clean room, but I'm really not in the mood for doing that. I just want my stupid computer, and I don't really care. Very good, you have your soldering alloy, here is the garbage, start crafting. Thank you. And in the meantime, I go get food. Oh, and by the way, yes, we can make the rocket right now, but we are not going to go to Mars because first off, we are going to require thermal padding for Mars, but it's not a huge deal, we should be able to make it easily. The other problem is we need a different type of fuel, and for that, we need a chemical plant. You know, these things that I have over here are kind of important. Maybe next time we should just focus on these. You know, instead of following the quests. But ladies and gentlemen, if I have not done anything wrong, this should be our rocket. Oh, I have to remove this one. No? This one? No? Somebody told me there's something wrong with the recipe. Ah, the copper chest. I was going to mention that somebody told me that the recipe itself is wrong, so maybe we have to do an adjustment. It's not working. Do I have to remove a canister? Nope. Do you need more canisters? Oh, this stupid chest. Okay. Now do you work? Nope. I really don't know. I think it's one of the boosters. Tier 2 rocket. Yeah, that is the one, because the quest also wants us to make that rocket. Therefore, after a lot of attempts, ladies and gentlemen, Tier 2 rocket. I know, we finally managed it. And just before I forget, yes, I do understand that you can recycle your old rocket, but the problem is, I was very scared. Maybe you need one item from the moon, which I forgot. And I didn't want to make another rocket. But anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.